Hey there, guys, it's Mia here. I am so excited. I am so excited about this live today. I'm going to teach very simply about the power of yes. I've got five simple points, but very powerful that will support you in stepping into your next. Nothing happens until you say yes to possibility, yes to the things that really you see in your mind's eye and in your heart. And start living the life that you desire. I'm Mia Redrick, business and life consultant. I got started in my company over 20 years ago, and I simply made a decision to go to work as myself. I wanted to figure out how to take my background, my gifts, and my talents, and how to package my knowledge as a corporate trainer and my experience as a mom into a monetizable product or service. And maybe you've had the exact same thought. You're trying to figure out how to take what you're doing professionally or some soft skill that you have in your life that you're really good at. And it's something that you know and you're able to create results in. And you're trying to figure out how can I do this for myself? That was me when I got started 20 years ago. And I had no idea if what I wanted to do was there was even a market for it. Maybe you've asked the same question. But I said yes. And in saying yes, it changed the trajectory of my life. Fast forward, I've been able to build a business that I absolutely love. I work with women who are smart and they're sharp and they are highly actionable. They say yes and then they figure it out. The secret is that you'll never have any guarantees. Life doesn't give you any guarantees. But if you trust yourself enough to bet on yourself, you can change your entire life. And I'm a witness to that. I watch women all the time that I have the opportunity to coach and train and teach my best practices to. I watch them change their lives. And I know that this live tonight is really going to support you. Hey there, Carla. Good to see you. I know it's going to support you and it's going to help somebody out here who's been dealing with the exact same thoughts. Like you've been trying to figure out how can I take what I'm doing and how can I go to work as myself? How can I monetize my knowledge? And what I'm going to break down today are the five things that I did that really changed my life. And the reason I wanted to do this live is because I was thinking about you guys this morning and really every morning when I'm in my garden and, just playing out there, just doing stuff, right, for hours each and every day. And that I'm not focused on being somewhere else, right? Like running off in the mornings and, not able to be present for what I want to do or being just the weekend gardener, right? Because I don't own my time. I want to see you owning your time, being able to do what you want to do in the morning. I can tell you that for me, each and every morning when I get up, I spend about 2 hours, really about 2 hours outside each and every day. I start my day getting clear. I pray, I meditate. I spend time with my plants and my flowers. I have my tea or my coffee outside. And that's how I like to start my day. And I know that many of you are looking to renegotiate the way that you start your day. If that's you, I want you to write, that's me. And that's why I wanted to do this live today, the power of yes, because nothing changed in my life until I said yes to myself. I said yes to my dream until I trusted myself enough to know that I was worth investing in myself. I gave up the idea that I could glean what I needed to know. I knew that in order for me to change my life, I had to invest in me. I'm my number one asset. And so over the years, I've just done tons of things to be able to up level my knowledge and my game. And it's really made all the difference. I work from the comfort of my home today or anywhere that I choose, anywhere that I'm traveling. I have the opportunity to be able to work from the comfort of my home. I've been a full-time entrepreneur working online. Is that you, Sharon? Working online. And I was working online and from the comfort of my home when it wasn't popular, pre-COVID. This is what I've done for the last 20 years. It's all I know. And I love it because it's allowed me not to miss the things that have mattered to me. And it's allowed me to design a lifestyle that just is unrecognizable to many of my friends and family. They joke about the freedom that I have and that they call my life like a semi-retired life. And I work, but I have renegotiated the way that I earn. Hi, Kenyatta. I'm so glad you're here. And I want to support more women, Donisha, in understanding this. You can do this. When I got started, I had no product. I had no idea really what I was going to do. However, what I did have was the ability to create results for others. What I did have was I have a background as a corporate trainer, and I'm really good at creating product and content that's original based on what I know how to do. And equally, I was really good with my mom skills. And I knew that if I merged those two things together, that there would be a market for what I do. And I believe that the reason that my clients have done exceptionally well is because I don't take a cookie cutter approach to showing them what opportunity can look like for them. I teach them many different ways that they can take their knowledge and put it into systems and structures that are highly monetizable based on their background, their skill, their training, their education, and expertise. And I want you to know that there is plenty of room for you. If you're wondering, like, will this work? This will work for you. I've watched my clients literally change their lives. And if you followed me and gone to the Giant Circle page, you know for yourself, you've seen tons of testimonials. We've got hundreds. You can see at YouTube, literally, of women who had no idea, had no product, didn't know what they were going to do. And as a direct result of my mentorship and me coaching them and supporting them in unraveling what the gift could look like, they changed their entire lives. They learned to package their knowledge into high ticket products on or offline. They learned how to price to fully value the transformation that they bring to the table. Because a lot of times we're talented and gifted, we just don't know what to charge for what we're doing. We have no idea. Or maybe it's just that you don't know how to market yourself. You don't know how to position all your background, all the results that you've created already in life, and you're trying to figure that out. And I show my clients distinct ways to be able to stand out in the marketplace to make competition irrelevant. And I want to speak about this for a minute because so many people think that the market is saturated. So many people think that they have to compete with others or cheat others in order for you to create amazing success. I've built my business, high integrity business, packaging my own knowledge and understanding that the people who want to work with me, they want to work with me because I'm really great at what I do. I have the ability to create results for people, and I can demonstrate that. And if you are marketing what you know how to do, there is room for you. So you don't have to worry about how many other coaches or whoever else the consultants are out there doing whatever it is. There is room for you if you have the ability to create results. If you know your stuff, I can support you for sure. And then also, tons of my clients, even if they have all the other pieces in place, if they already have packages, and they are priced that way, the way that they'd like to be, they still don't know how to find buyers. They don't know how do they attract their buyers in organic ways and in paid ad strategies, in simple ways. And I show my clients real simple ways to be able to sell in 2 to 3 step funnels. Very, very simple. Anybody can do it. You don't need a rocket scientist to be a rocket scientist to do it. And it's really important because here's the thing. Unless you know how to market in your business, you don't actually get to share your gifts with others. Somebody, right? I gotcha, right? Because it's so true. Like you could be amazing at what you do, but if you don't know how to market what you do, then your ideal clients aren't able to come to you. And I can tell you each and every day, people raise their hand, they sign up to work with me because we know how to market. And I teach my clients also exactly what I have done, not what I have read, not what I have borrowed, not what I'm studying online, not what somebody else is doing. I show them exactly what I've done to be able to build a business that's been sustainable, not only for me, but to be able to support other women in doing exactly the same. Many of my clients have done things that I have never done at the same time period in business. In fact, when I first got started in my business, it took me about 18 months to really be profitable. And I tell you this because some people think that you have to be an overnight success to be great. And it's just not true. I want to debunk that. I was not an overnight success. I was an 18-month overnight success. I tell my clients this all the time. But the view is the same. The view is the same. And I can tell you that if you're willing to stand on my shoulders, I'll walk you through every step of the way how to take what you're doing and make it monetizable. Tonight's live is the power of yes. And so I wanted to do this live because it was on my heart and I realized my entire life changed. I can garden all day the way that I choose to, 2 hours in the morning, because I said yes. And I've got 5 simple points. I'm going to lay these out to you. And then once I do, I'll ask you what's your favorite or what was your your takeaway. If you have a question for me, you can post it at the end and I'll field your question. So the power of yes is so important because nothing happens because of a maybe or a wish or a hope or I want to, right? It happens because you say yes to something. And when you say yes, you get to step into another reality. And I know that was true for me. The first thing that I think is really important to say yes to is the tallest vision for your life. So, if you want to change your life, the first thing you've got to do is you need to say yes to the tallest vision that you have for your life. And I say this because so many women I meet, and I'm sure this applies to men as well, they are not living their life in accordance to their tallest vision. They have decided that I'll just take this, I'll just try this, I'll just accept this. This is what I believe is possible. But I can tell you that many of my clients have literally changed their life because they have changed their vision. They have a tall vision for their life. And what I mean by that is it's a big vision, it's a giant vision. It's a vision that instead of you thinking about, will this work or can I do it? It's the thing that you believe you were put here to accomplish. It's the purpose that's inside of you that calls you. It's that little gnawing, that voice, that spirit that's talking to you, telling you that you're meant to help these people. And it gets validated every now and again because when you do use your talent and your skill, there's tons of feedback from the people who you've supported. And they say to you, man, you changed my life. And you're like, I should do this. But because you don't know how to do it, right, you don't move forward with it. Say yes to the tallest vision that you see for yourself. Think about the biggest problems that you know how to solve. And think about how, like, consistently over and over again, whenever you are solving these problems for people, just doing it for fun, many of us do, some of us do it at work, that how it's creating change, how life has an echo of saying, man, thank you. I did what you said and it's worked. Oh, you've reduced this amount in the department by whatever number. There's no one that's ever achieved the result that you have. I just want to acknowledge you. Listen to those cues that are coming to you in your life and not dismiss them. Are we clear? If we're clear, I want you to write, I'm clear, okay? I find that a lot of times we know what that tallest vision is, but we dismiss it because it is so gigantic and we don't know how can I do it. So therefore, we choose a smaller or a sub version of the big dream. But if you ever want to be fired up each and every day, I want you to lead from your tallest vision. I had a vision. I just wanted to support women and understanding that your knowledge is very valuable, properly packaged, and that you could take your background and your skills and your talents, you can put them in a structure, even if you don't know what it is, and you can monetize at a significant high level in your business. And no, it doesn't have to take you 10 years or 5 years, or it doesn't even have to take you 18 months. I've had several clients in a week, in days actually, who've closed high ticket as a result of what I've taught them. And I've had many clients who've closed six figures or more within 6 weeks or a couple of months. Now, I can't guarantee if that would be your result, but I can tell you that when people follow what I teach them, they have great success when they implement and they do the work and they follow the step by step. The second, yes, is to renegotiate the way that you earn. And this is something I'm absolutely committed to supporting people with. You've got to renegotiate the way that you earn. And what I mean by that is, like, if you're like me, I had worked for a Fortune 100 company and I was salaried, which meant that I was not even just trading time for dollars. I mean, at the end of the day, I had to stay at work no matter what to solve whatever problems or take work home no matter what. And I wasn't always compensated for any additional time, right? So trading time for dollars is if you do billable hours in any type of way, right, in your profession. It's an hourly rate. And I realized that for me, I had to renegotiate the way that I was earning. There was no way that I was going to spend 20 years, 30 years, or 40 years trading time for dollars. I knew that there was something bigger for me, and that would be leveraging my intellect. I thought, wouldn't it be great if I could just take what was here that could create results and solutions for others and package it into a system that really created results for them and sell that? Then I'm selling my knowledge. I'm not selling my time. And I realized that wealthy people leverage what they know and that poor people sell time. And I mean that respectfully, right? I mean it respectfully. And I wanted to be on that other side. So I just started doing my research and I stepped into really an incredible secret that many people don't get. And that is how to package what I was doing in a way that it could be time rich so that I would not just be selling my time. You know, I have a lot of clients who are doctors, who are therapists, who are consultants, and they may be charging, you know, an hourly rate like $200 an hour or $250 an hour or something like that. And so they make a great income trading time for dollars. But the reality is that if the only way that they make money or earn income is by showing up trading time for dollars. See, selling your intellect is a completely different concept. It's understanding that your knowledge is something that can work for you while you're sleeping. And this is more than a notion. This is not a notion. I mean, I've had the opportunity to do corporate deals with Fortune 100 and 500 companies selling my intellect, and meaning I physically wasn't there, present. But what I created for them, the system, the structure, the knowledge of what I sold to them, licensed to them, continue to generate income over and over and over for me without me physically trading time for dollars. It's time for you to up level your game. Is this making sense? If this is making sense and you're getting value, I want you to say, me, I'm getting value. And yes, I am nodding my head. Okay. I am getting value. It's so important for you, for these light bulbs to come on, because those are the people that I love to coach and teach, who want to do things differently. It's something you don't know anything about, but you're ready to step into your next. You know you have an ability to create results for others. You just don't know how to put the system together to sell you, right? The knowledge that you have, the background, the experience that you have, your ability to create results already. And you need to know the step-by-step of how to do it. The third, yes. Thank you, Carla. I appreciate it. Now, the third yes is for the power of yes, is to step inside of the dream you have, stepping inside of the dream that you have. Now, what am I talking about? You know, when you were younger, you were a child and you thought about your dreams, right? You did not put a pause or a break or a limitation on what you thought you could accomplish, right? So if you thought that you wanted to be a firefighter and an anchor woman, you said you're going to do all these things, right? But there's something about adulting that makes us dream less and not dream more. But it doesn't mean that you don't have those dreams. You know what I'm talking about, right? It doesn't mean that you don't dream that life could be different for you. It doesn't mean that you haven't imagined that you could work from the comfort of your home every single day, be able to spend the time that you want with your spouse or with your kids, or to be able to travel and work around the world wherever you choose. It doesn't mean that you haven't imagined that. It's just that because, once again, the how hasn't presented itself to you, you stop dreaming as big, right? Or as frequently. But I want you to dust that off. I want you to say yes to stepping inside of your dream. It will really change your life. I mean, 20 years ago, if you guys can imagine this, I'm thinking, I want to work from the comfort of my home, and I want to be able to work wherever I am. And I don't want to work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. So I created a transition plan for myself. Initially, I worked like 3 days a week. I took off Mondays and Fridays. Okay. I would enter the office primarily at 1 o'clock because I'm a night owl and I prefer to work later in the evenings with my team and the marketing efforts that I had and what I was doing on the coaching side with my clients. And I just renegotiated the way that I would work. You know, I dreamed this in my mind, like this is what I wanted. And I began to step inside of my dream, not working on Mondays, not working on Fridays. Then I modified that dream and I said, I only want to work 1 day a week primarily. So coaching my clients. So now I work on Tuesdays primarily in the evening, coaching my clients. And certainly I meet with my team and I do marketing things with them each and every day, but I am not working 8 hours a day. And I had a dream about this. So I decided to step into it. And I want to break it down by sharing my story, hopefully, because you hear my heart. This was a girl that was trading time for dollars, working 9 to 5, really 9 to 7, okay, for someone else all the time. And I didn't see my way out, but I had a dream that life could look different for me. And I wanted it to look different. And it's funny because you know how you have those dreams and then you step inside of the dream. And when you step inside of your dream, for any of you guys that have done this, you realize that there are people who are wanting you to lead from the front, that are cheering you on, that are so grateful that you had the courage and the belief and the trust in yourself to go for it because they too want to be able to do it. I love being able to shine my light of what I've done with my clients and show them the way that they can do it too. And it's not difficult. It's really simple, actually. It's really simple. I love watching my clients renegotiate, get themselves free because of learning how to build a business on their own terms. And whether that means having a reduced work week or whether that means working somewhere else in another state or another country, it's up to them. And I have clients that have done all of that. Number 4, the power of yes is to no longer settle, right? Like when you say yes to what you want, you realize like, I'm not going to settle anymore. I'm not going to settle for a life of quiet desperation. I'm not going to settle for what I do not want. That isn't enough. It's interesting because so many people will fight for the thing that isn't enough. Maybe it's not enough income. Maybe you don't have enough time. Maybe you don't have enough flexibility doing what it is that you want to do. To decide, I no longer want to settle. To decide, I no longer want to settle just based on my ego or my status or what other people might think about me launching and starting. And I say this, and I know that this will support somebody out there. When I started my business as a mom coach, there were no mom coaches 20 years ago. It wasn't really like fancy, like it wasn't a fancy thing. It wasn't something that anyone knew. And so everywhere I would go, people was like, mom coach, like, why do you want to do that? I knew it was right for me. I just knew this was right for me. And over time, as I got signed to Emmy nominated, nationally syndicated shows, as I had done corporate deals with Fortune 100 and 500 brands as a mom strategist, as I built an amazing coaching business and supported other women in changing their own lives. And then I had people who said, wow, you're such an inspiration. I decided that I would no longer settle. I wasn't going to settle or to let other people advise me who weren't living at their highest and tallest place either. I wasn't going to allow my fears and my insecurities and my doubts to govern, what I did in my free time. I knew I had to change what I was doing. I hope that me just being transparent and sharing from my heart really supports you. I didn't want to settle. And I knew that there was no way that I could go through the rest of my life and just give up my time that way and not fight for myself. And I just decided I had to fight for myself. And maybe you're in that place yourself, like, I got to try for myself. And I knew there would be no guarantees. But what I knew would be the guarantee, if I didn't change what I was doing, I knew what I would be doing in the next 10 or 20 years, which was what I did not want to do for the rest of my life. And so I bet on myself. And I decided I would no longer settle. I would no longer say that I was not worth an investment. I would find the money. And I would no longer settle and say that I'm going to just take some small course or try to learn how to change my life for free. I decided that I had to have a premium mindset if I wanted to have a premium life. And it changed my entire world. I hope this really supports you. And number 5, say yes and then figure it out. I say this all the time, but the truth of the matter is there's something magical about saying yes and then figuring it out. You will never figure it out if you don't say yes. You can't figure it out on the outside of the yes. You can't figure it out wondering, you know what I mean, or hoping or wishing. There's something about commitment and action that creates change. Not wishing, not hoping, not wanting. You understand what I mean? And I want you to get this part. When I think about it now, because I've been a full-time entrepreneur for 20 years, and I say when I got free, I wanted to stay free. And that was really important. And it's a value that I hold very dear with my clients. It's like we're not talking about flash cash strategies or hustling and grinding. We're talking about when you build a solid foundation, you get yourself free so you can stay free. And let's look at what you need to do to be able to do that, right? So you got to say yes first. And when you say yes, then you begin to figure out how to show up for yourself and how to put the pieces together. If you don't have your feet all the way in the game, you're not running. Okay. Awesome, Renee. If you don't have your feet in the game, then you are not running the race. You're a spectator, right? Thinking I could do that. I could be faster. I would probably win that. But you're not actually running until you say yes and you put your shoes on, right? You know what I mean? And then and that start goes and you run with everyone else. And you're running your own race in your own life against yourself. And I just want to encourage you to say yes and to figure it out. And if you haven't done it, then I want to encourage you to do it. I wanted to do this live today because yes has changed my whole life. And I just want to see more women who say yes to themselves and see what that change can look like as a result of saying yes. Um, I would love to hear from you, your favorite aha or takeaway from tonight. I'm going to quickly recap. Tonight, I talked about the power of yes. There are five, just five simple yeses. The first is your tallest vision for your life, right? Saying yes to the tallest vision you have for your life. What is the biggest thing that you want to see happen in your life, and say yes to it. And don't ask yourself, how will it work? Just say yes to yourself and begin to move forward. Number two, renegotiating the way that you earn. And that means that not having a cap on your income. It means not having to trade time for dollars. So understanding in a true sense how to leverage your knowledge to be able to build a business around your intellect. And number three, stepping inside of the dream that you have. So many women have stopped dreaming for themselves those incredible dreams. And it comes to you every now and again. And you might say something like, I was going to do that. But now's the time. And I want you to imagine what life would look like if you just lived in the dream that you desire. You know, it was something that drove me every single day, getting myself free, being the kind of mom that I wanted to be, being the kind of wife that I wanted to be. And I needed to be available to do that. And I knew that I had to be free. I could taste freedom. It was on my vision board. It's always been on my vision board. And I knew what I wanted my days to feel like, how I wanted to spend my days. I just imagined it so deeply in my heart each and every day. Um, the power of yes, to no longer settle, to not settle for a good life when you can have a great one. You know, you can have a great one. And sometimes we get so used to saying later or not now, I'm not sure, let me ask this person or that person, should I move forward, that we don't get to step into our highest version of the life we desire. And you deserve all great things. And I want to share that with you. If no one's told you that, I'm telling you that. I hope it inspires you. And number five, saying yes and then figuring it out. And there's nothing that I've accomplished in my life that I didn't say yes to first and then stepped into the unknown to figure it out. And the same is going to be true for you. You're going to likely have to make an investment in yourself. You're likely going to have to learn some things you don't know. But I want you to know this. You can do what I do if you know what I know. And you have to be willing to make an investment in yourself to learn what I know, right? And I'm willing to transfer that to you as I have to so many other women. So I'd like to hear from you right now, your ahas and your takeaways for the live tonight. I also am going to share with you a opportunity. I don't know what I just did here. Okay, I'm going to share with you a opportunity. Let's see, what did I do? for you to join me for the Giant Experience Master Training. I'm going to grab the link real quick for the Giant Experience Master Training. And it's an incredible training where I'll teach you step by step how to package your knowledge into a high ticket product on or offline. And we've had an incredible track record of supporting women who are ready. Because you got to be ready to work with me. You got to be ready to change your life. You got to see that for yourself and want that for yourself. And if you are, I'll show you every step of the way how to take what you're doing and how to put it in a structure that will allow you to be able to take your knowledge, your background, your experience, and create a product, maybe as a consultant or a coach or online educator or a speaker, right? Or maybe, okay, awesome. So the Boss Ladies Roundtable said, "Hey, Cassandra, I am so glad I said yes to myself, right? It's life changing to say yes to yourself. And the Giant Experience will help you to understand how to take what you're doing and put it in a structure. If you want to be a coach or consultant or trainer or a course creator, if you want to have profitable speaking business and you don't know how to do this, if you're an author and you're trying to figure out what's next on your platform to be able to monetize, this is absolutely for you. And many of the women that come don't have any product at all. They just have the experience professionally, or they have a soft skill in their life. And I show them many ways to look at what their background could yield, how it could create yield for them in their business. I show you also how to price to fully value the transformation that you bring to the table. And that's really important because sometimes we undervalue what we bring to the table. And the Giant Experience will show you exactly how to price what you're doing. It's not a cookie cutter price, one fit that fits all. Your background, your gifts, and your talents are unique, and so are your prices. I'll show you also how to position yourself in the marketplace as the obvious choice so that competition becomes irrelevant. And it is irrelevant. People choose you because of your background, your gifts, and your talents and your skills. They don't choose you because you're not you. They choose you because you're you. And when you understand that, you can market your best skills and your ideal clients come forward. And then you also learn how to find buyers, literally, and how to sell. And that's really important because you can be great at what you do, but if you don't know how to attract people who invest in what you do, then you don't get to actually do the work that you love to do. And understanding how to sell and close in a real simple way. I teach my clients in the Giant Experience how to do that. The way it works is really simple. You sign up today, you get access to 45 days of some of my best training from a live event that I hosted in 2019. In addition to that, or 2019, in addition to that, you get 2 live days of coaching with me where I answer your questions directly and unravel the confusion for you, really help you understand how to take what you're doing in your background and how to put it in a structure. You'll learn from what I'm saying to you and how I'm teaching you, but you'll also learn from the other questions from other participants as I coach and teach them how to unravel their gifts and how to monetize what they're doing. You'll learn from them as well. So I wanted to open the floor. Are there any ahas, takeaways, questions that you have for me? Did you guys get value tonight? Or did you get value tonight? I just wanted to come on here and talk about the power of yes, because I was all about the yes today in my garden for 2 hours. It might have been a little longer, but 2 hours. And just doing what I love to do. And I love to start my days that way. And that's what I do pretty much every day. And it's just an incredible joy for me to build a life that allows me to live life on my own terms. Okay. I posted the link equally for the Giant Experience Master Training here. So if you have any questions, go check out the Giant Experience Master Training today. The next live event is June 25th and 26th in just about 2.5 weeks. I would love to see you on the inside. Okay. Any final questions before I sign off? I am so excited about being here tonight. And I know that this has touched someone. I've seen your comments. I know that it'll reach many of you who are watching the replay as well. And I want to hear your aha, your takeaway, your question as well, because you can change your life simply by saying yes to yourself. And you don't have to be afraid of what you don't know, the unknown, because the truth of the matter is anyone that's ever created success, there was an unknown before they got started, right? Don't you agree? All right. All right, last call. Any final questions or comments? It was awesome being here tonight. I appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing you inside of the Giant Circle. Remember, every Monday, I go live here at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button so you can get a reminder when I go live on Monday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great and amazing night. Good night.